In this tutorial, I'll show you how to set up your Hisense Roku TV from the very beginning. Once you have unboxed your TV, you have installed the feeds and you have plugged it in your wall outlet, take your remote control and press the power button. Okay, so over here, choose your language. I'll choose English for this video, press OK, but obviously there's many choices. Then choose your country. These are the three choices because obviously I'm in North America, but if you're in another continent, you'll have more choices. Let me choose United States. Then select Setup for Home Use. Now it's time to connect your TV to the internet. This TV has an Ethernet port in the back if you want to connect it using a cable directly to your router. If you prefer Wi-Fi, choose wireless, and I think most people will choose wireless, to be honest. Then select Set up new wireless connection. It will search for every wireless network around. You're going to get a list, and with these buttons, you're going to select your Wi-Fi. So this is mine. I'll press OK, and now it's time to type the password. Once your password is typed, you're going to highlight Connect and press OK. It will then check to see if there's any update available. There's a good chance that there are some updates pending. If there's no updates, you're going to get this screen. If not, they will ask you to update your TV. It's time to create or to sign in into your Roku account. Now, you're not obligated to do so, but if you don't sign in into a Roku account, you won't be able to download any apps. And for a smart TV, not having access to any apps, well, it defeats the purpose. Now, in my case, I'll sign in because I want to have access to all the apps. And you'll have two choices. You can enter email address or you can activate with QR code. And this is the easiest way, in my opinion. You just need to have a smartphone around. I'll click here. I'll show you how it works. It will be, you have a QR code presented over here. Take your iPhone or Android smartphone. You're going to open the camera app on your phone and you're going to scan this QR code. And if you see something yellow down below, click on it. So it brings you to the website. This is the website I'm talking about. If you don't have a Roku account, you need to fill up this form. If you have a Roku account, you need to click on Existing Customer. And now you'll be able to sign in into your Roku account. So I will do this. All right, so I have signed in into my Roku account. Next step is obviously here we have device name. You can edit the device name if you want to give a specific name. If you go down, location, choose where it will be located. I'll choose garage, but you know, depending where the TV is in your house, you can choose something else. And then select I have read and agree with Roku product terms of use. Click continue. Here you're going to be presented with a few apps that you can download and install on your Roku TV. You can just click on add and they will be installed in just a few seconds. You're not obligated to do so right now. You can install apps afterwards and I will show you how. So this is up to you. If you see an app that you absolutely want, go ahead and click add. If not, you can do this later. Don't stress about that. I'll press continue here at the end of the page to go to the next step. And you see, once you click this, you can go back on your TV. You don't need your phone. It will download the apps that you have selected a few seconds ago and also download a few other things that the TV needs to run properly. So just be patient here. It takes around 2 minutes. Then you're going to have this screen. Let's connect your devices. If you have any PlayStation, Xbox, cable box, Fire Stick, Apple TV, stuff like that, go ahead and connect it in the back of your TV and the HDMI ports. Now, if you want to do this later, select do this later. And this is what I'll select, but if not, just go ahead and connect it in the back. Press OK. And this is the main menu of your Hisense Roku TV. It's very simple. I think it's one of the easiest TV and OS to use. On the right side here, I just press the right side arrow. You're going to have all the apps and also all the inputs of your TV. So over here, I have some apps pre-installed And down below I have some inputs, HDMI 1, 2, 3, depending what you have connected, you'll have access to them like this. If you want to move some of these around, let's say you want to use Disney Plus at all, then you can highlight it, press the star button on the remote control, this button. And from here you can move the app around if you don't want it to be first or second or whatever. Or you can also remove the app completely. Press OK, remove, and the app will disappear. So you can remove everything you won't use if you don't want it to take some place on your home screen. Otherwise, if you want to have access to the settings of this TV, you'll need to press the home button, and then on the left side go down and select settings. Here are everything you can change. So if we go on the back over here, we're gonna have a few ports on the side and some of them directly on the back. I want to take the time to explain to you why they are there and what you can use them for. So let's get started right away. So let's start with the ports that are all on the back, directly on the back. These are on the right side, we have AV in. This is inputs. If you have, let's say, a VCR or anything using RCA cables, maybe an old camcorder, an old video game console like a GameCube, Nintendo 64, PlayStation 1, stuff like that, this is where you're gonna go and connect this device to. I'll show you at the end how to select the different inputs over here once you have connected your device. Then on the left side we have a headphone jack. This is pretty easy to understand what it is. It's a 3.5mm audio output, which means you can connect your headphones, but also if you have a soundbar using one of those 3.5mm connector, well, you can connect a cable going from here to your soundbar. It's not ideal, but you'll be able to do it. Now this Hisense Roku TV is a 43-inch 4K TV. If you have another Hisense Roku TV, it may be slightly different, but overall they're all about the same. All the ports have a description over here if you forget what they're for. Let's start with the one on the bottom. So this over here is an Ethernet connector. If you don't want to use the Wi-Fi, you can connect this TV directly to your router using a cable. Plug one side over here, plug the other side on the back of your router, and you'll have internet without having to rely on Wi-Fi. This is great if your router is located far away and the Wi-Fi is very weak. With the cable, you'll have a strong connection all the time. Then if we go up over here, we have an optical output. You can use this to connect your TV to a soundbar or home theater using an optical cable. You connect one end here and one end on the other device. Then if we go up, we have an antenna or cable connector. If you have an antenna, well, go ahead and you need to screw it in this port right over here. Same thing if you have a cable, not many people still use that, but hey, this is where you need to connect it to. On the top, we have 3 HDMI ports. Maybe your TV will have 2 or even 4 of them. They're all marked over here, HDMI 3, 2, and 1. Be careful because one of these HDMI will be ARC or EARC. It will be written right beside it, you see? In my case, HDMI 1 is the ARC. If you're going to connect a soundbar or a home theater directly with an HDMI cable, this is the port you want to use to connect that. ARC, it simply means that you'll be able to send signal with this TV to control this other device. So you can change the volume using your Hisense remote control or even turn it on and off at the same time as the TV. So this is where you connect it, and you have other HDMI ports that you can use for other stuff like an Xbox, a cable box, or a Fire Stick, stuff of this kind. Then we have a USB port. This USB port can be used for 2 different things. First of all, it can be used to charge devices. So Especially if you have, let's say, a Fire Stick that requires power to run, you can connect the Fire Stick in the HDMI port and run the power cable to this USB port. This way you won't have to connect it to a wall socket. This USB port can also be used to stream content like music and movies, and also pictures. So if you have a USB drive, you can connect it here. Obviously, this TV is not compatible with every format. I'll put a screenshot on the screen right now showing you what is accepted by this TV and what is not. I mean, what is not marked there is not accepted. And finally, on the top, it's very small here, but we have a reset button. In case your TV have issues, maybe the screen is frozen, stuff like that, you'll need to keep press this button during about 15 seconds to reset your TV to factory default. So this is something to keep in mind. If you have troubles, this button always exists. Overall, this is it. There's also a power cable that you can connect over there. You probably already know it's only used to power, really. You can disconnect it if you want to move the TV around so you don't break anything while moving the device. Now let me show you how to change between the different inputs of the TV. So you can change the inputs using the remote control, or you can use it without a remote control. Let me show you with the remote first. So here you're going to press the home button, and once you're over here, all the inputs will be on the right side. So go over here, go down, and you're going to have HDMI 1, HDMI 2, 3, and AV for the connector that I showed you on the back. You just have to click on it and it will go directly. If you want to change without a remote control, there's a button located under your Hisense TV. Okay, so if you press the button, mine is here, you're gonna have all the inputs on the left side, and by pressing once on the button like this, you can highlight all of them. And once you want to go on a specific one, release your finger from that button and it will go there. So take the remote control and press the home button on the top right corner, just so you're on this screen. Then on the left side, you're going to press the up arrow once until you have selected settings. Then press OK. From here, you're going to go down and select TV picture settings. Once it's highlighted, press OK. And then press once more on OK so we can change the brightness. By default, I think it's on bright, but you can change brighter, normal, dark. You won't see any effect going on the TV. To see how it looks, you need to press the OK button once you have selected something. So you saw the screen went automatically darker here. And by doing this, you can find the perfect brightness for your environment. I'll keep it to brighter. It's easier to film this way. But overall, once you're done, this is it. You don't have to click on anything else. You can press the home button to go back and start using your TV once again. So for the step number 1, we need to go on the back of the TV and find the antenna input. It's this one, right over there. Take your antenna cable and we need to plug it in and then screw it. So you just have to bring these together, push the cable, and then you're gonna screw the extremity. It's a bit hard to do it with one hand, but it's doable. Once you finish screwing, okay, I cannot screw it anymore. Move the cable around just to make sure that it's staying in place. Next, you'll have to place the antenna. Right now I'm in a basement, so it's not the best part of the house to have an antenna, especially in the middle of the room. I suggest you put it close to a window. Then take your remote control, press the home button. So we are on this screen. Go down this menu and select settings. Here you're gonna go down and select TV inputs. Then you're gonna go down and select live TV. And then set up input. Next, you're going to select antenna from this list and press OK. It will now start scanning. You don't have to touch anything, just let the TV scan for every channels that are around you. It may take a few minutes depending where you're located. Right now it has found one channel, but yeah, again, since I'm in the basement, I don't think it will find more than 2 of them. So I'll come back when this is done. All right, so after about 2 minutes, this TV has found 5 different channels. I'm really surprised. I wasn't expecting that much. Even with a cheap antenna, you can get really good results. So once you have done this, you have multiple choices, but most people will just stop here and select watch TV. If you press the home button here and you want to watch live TV, it will always be on the home menu. By the way, if you're on the home screen of your Roku TV and you highlight live TV, if you want to get more channels, let's say you have placed the antenna in a different spot in the room, simply press the star button on the remote control and then select rescan for channels. So you won't have to do the whole process that I just showed you. That process is just for the first time, and if you just want to rescan, you do this, okay? Star button and then rescan for channels. But overall, this is it. Once you select live TV, you'll be able to enjoy your channels. I hope this was useful. If so, please leave a like, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video. Oh yeah, by the way, the first time you're using the live TV feature, you're gonna get this screen. Just press OK, and you'll be able to select your channels, and you will even have a small timetable. So this is the back of my Hisense TV, Hisense Roku TV, and the USB port should be on the top, above the HDMI ports. So these are HDMI and the USB is the last one. It looks different. Just connect the USB drive, and I'll put on the screen right now which format this TV is actually able to read, because your USB drive needs to be formatted in a certain way to be able to use it on this TV. Okay, so once I have connected the drive, you may get this message. You may not get it, but in my case I got it. Just press allow and then launch. It will launch the Roku media player. If you didn't got the same message that I got, just press the home button and launch the Roku media player manually. It's the same thing. Once it's launched, you're gonna get these options. You'll be able, if you want to see only videos that are on your drive, only music, or only photos. Or you can select all, so you're gonna see all the folders, everything that is on it. And now you can simply browse, just like on your computer, and select the movie, the photo, or whatever you want to watch. Once you have select something, press OK, and this is it. The movie will start, the picture will show, and you'll be able to use your USB drive. Once you're done, you don't need to do anything, just to remove the drive from the back. You can also just keep it there for weeks or months at a time. So the first step is to take your remote control and you're going to press the home button. Then you're going to have access to this menu. Go down and select settings. Go down and we're going to select Apple AirPlay and HomeKit. Wait a few seconds. You may have to wait even more seconds if it's the first time you're actually using this AirPlay feature of your Hisense TV. All right, perfect. Now over here, make sure AirPlay is turned on. Then over here you have require code. It will require a code the first time you're going to set up your phone, your iPhone with this TV, but for the next times there won't be any code required. Okay, if you want, every time you connect an iPhone to your TV to require a code, you need to go over here, press OK, and select every time. All right, now I just went back. Let's go on the iPhone. So over here, all you have to do is to drag down from the top right corner this way. And then we need to find the screen mirroring icon. It's this one right over here. You see, it's like 2 rectangles. If you do not see this icon, it's possible. Press the plus icon to add it over here. You'll be able to find it. So I'll press, wait, and your Hisense TV should be displayed in this list. These are all the TVs that are around you, so you may have to search for it. Mine is this 43-inch Hisense Roku TV. Now a code will be asked and the code will appear on the screen. So here it's 7765. Obviously yours will be different, so there's no point copying this. Press OK, and just like that, you see, in just a few seconds you'll be able to screen mirror. I can quit this pressing anywhere on the screen, and depending how quick, how fast your internet is, well, you may have a lag or you may not have a lag. Over here there is a slight lag, not a big one, but there is one, simply because my Wi-Fi is not the quickest. Definitely it can get an improvement. This is what it is. Now, if you have apps that are using the phone on horizontal mode, say I'm on Safari, you can actually turn your phone and it will use most of the display. This is much more practical. You can zoom in and check stuff, and it will zoom in as well on this display. Very useful. When you're done and you don't want to screen mirror anymore, you just have to go to the same place. I'll drag down from the top right corner, click this icon that should be blue now because it's screen mirroring, and then press on your TV. It will switch off AirPlay and you'll be back on this display on your Hisense TV. Just press the home button, and thanks for watching. I hope this tutorial was helpful. If so, please leave a like, subscribe, but also type a comment down below. See you.